always say women who are hopeless romantics, they stay getting heartbroken. They go to their graves heartbroken. Disappointment after disappointment. Because they never figured it out. They never figured out that this is a game. And if you're going to deal with men, you should deal with them at your convenience. Not, doing all this stuff that patriarchy taught you to do and doing all these things. And you think all these things and jumping through hoops and swimming through hell and high water is going to get you a good man and all that. It's not going to happen for most women. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to get into the woman allegedly paying $10,000 to get married or to find a husband a little bit later in the video. But I really just wanted to talk about how rigged this entire dating world, dating game, dating strategy crap is. Because I really don't think women understand it. Dating game has always been rigged. Okay? The dating game is rigged. It has always been rigged, and it always will be as long as women are participating in it. I am of the belief that many women will and have played this game, and only a few women will win at this game. So remember the saying, many will play, few will win, when it comes to like the lottery and stuff like that. Dating is like a lottery. There's really no strategy to it. You could try to tweak this and tweak that, and you could try to vet, and you could try to do all these things. But many women will play this game and only a few will win, which means the vast majority are going to lose at it. The only way to really win this game is if you don't play. Don't play the games at all. If you don't want to play games, you ain't got time for it, you ain't in the mood for it, don't play. That's the way to win. And in my opinion, don't participate in patriarchy at all, or to the best of your ability. Like, cut out all the crap that you don't really need in your life. Just don't play the game. But the vast majority of women that play this game is going to lose this game because that's the way it was intended. It was always rigged so that it will favor men, aka leading to women losing it. That was the entire point. So the average woman who believes the average lies that you've been told are automatically going to lose this game. Okay? So if you believe in the fairy tales and you believe in love and you believe men can love you and you go out there with that mindset, you've already lost. Because that's the rigging of it. That's the whole point, is to bait you in and to get you to cater to men and cater to their deficits and cater to their needs and jump through all these hoops, and they're going to just keep moving the goalpost, And I am literally talking about the vast majority of women that are considered average, like the average woman, because you're playing by the rules of the patriarchy. Whenever you start playing by your own rules and coming up with your own ideas and doing things your own way, you have a better shot at winning. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're guaranteed to win. You just have a better shot at it. It's always the women who, there was a Marilyn Monroe quote, and it said, well-behaved women never make history. Well-behaved women will be average. They're the women who are doing what they're told. They're going with the flow of the river instead of against the river, right? So you're doing it patriarchy's way. You're automatically going to lose. And like, those are the very few women that we see win at this game. Like, those women do things their own way. They make up their own rules. They're like, I'm not doing that. I'm not changing my last name. I'm not having no babies. I'm not doing blah, 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 blah. I'm not getting married without a prenup. Those women tend to fare better in situations like that because they made up their own rules. And sometimes it's by accident. Sometimes with women who change the rules, it's either conscious or it's subconscious. But either way, they have a better shot at this. A lot of the times women find themselves believing like certain things. Well, I'm not going to be broke. I'm going to make sure I work. Well, I don't want to have children. I'm not bringing children into the mix. We can get married, but there's no kids. We're going to be dinks, dual income, no kids. All those little things throw a monkey wrench in patriarchy. And so it increases a woman's chances of getting what she wants. But most women believe in the fairy tale lie. They believe the lies. They believe in the game. They believe that like it's set up for them to win when it's really not. This is why the average woman do the average thing that all the other average women are doing, and you're going to get average results. Average people get average results. When you look around, you're seeing most people are doing the same thing and they're getting the same results. Why? Because they're all following the same path. This is also why, if you look around, almost every woman on the planet has pretty much the same story or a very similar story to how she was okie doked into single motherhood, or she got tricked into marriage and the man switched up on her after they got married, or she became a single mother, or a married single mother, or a divorced single mother, like I always say on almost every video, right? Many women have been unalived by men that claim to love them. Women are beaten, women are cheated on. So many things. There's so many ways that women are going to fail at this game. Going on these dating apps, being desperate. Like the woman who allegedly paid $10,000 to Anwar. No shade to Anwar. I actually really like Anwar. He's out here getting it how he live, just like everybody else is. So I'm not mad at him. If a woman want to be dumb enough and pay him $10,000, he deserves $10,000. Let him get it, because he know how to finesse y'all, or he's serious about what he's doing. That woman is desperate. And I'm not trying to be funny. If she really is engaged, the engagement is probably not going to happen. I want to see proof, me personally. But also, even if she is engaged, those of us who can discern, we already know how this is going to end for her. It ends the same way. She's an average woman on the average dating apps. She's going to get average results. And it's going to be worse on her because she came out and said, I paid $10,000. Now, I don't know if she actually did. I don't know if she didn't. I don't know if this is some kind of like marketing plot, like, you know, some kind of like let's go viral type of moment that they may have had together, or they're feeding off each other's content. I don't know which one it is. But I will say that when this comes crashing down, it's going to be worse because the bitch paid $10,000 to get played, to get the exact same results as everybody else. Let's keep it a buck. That's desperate. She was on there talking about how, and actually, you know what? I'm going to do a breakdown of that. But she was on there like talking about how she attracted this man. And I'm sitting there like, you didn't attract nothing. You went desperately on dating apps. Y'all know I've done videos about how I think people who go on dating apps are desperate. I got a lot of heat for it. People were upset at me, which I already knew they was going to be upset. I didn't care. I still put the video out anyways. And I'm going to stand on people who go on dating apps are desperate. You may not want to call yourself desperate. You may say, oh, I work a lot and I don't really have time to get out and date, and I don't really have time, blah, 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 blah. And you may really not consider yourself to be You're desperate, whether you like it or not. That is desperation. These dating apps are filled with serial unalivers, PDF files. I said this in the video almost 2 years ago, or last year on TikTok, whenever. I made a whole video about this. The types of guys that are on dating apps are the types of men that women typically don't want in real life. That's why they're on dating apps. Any nice, decent, quality man is typically not going to be on dating apps because they just, you know, women already throw themselves at men in general anyways. They're always thirsty. They're always looking for male validation. Decent men are just going to run into women in the streets. They met their wives at the local coffee shop or the fucking spa or something, at a casino, at a friend's birthday party or something. You know, they meet women in real life. They don't have to go on dating apps being desperate. So you're not going to find too many quality men on dating apps anyway. Most of them are on there to get close to your kids, if you have any. They be on there strictly looking for single moms. Then you got some on there that's just looking to F something. Then you got men on there who are cheating. Most of them on there are probably married or have a girlfriend. A lot of them are on there to actually meet other men, and they're lying and pretending to be straight. A lot of these men are mentally damaged. You're not going to find quality. They're not on there looking to be married. Most men do not want to be married. And when they do get married, it's for their convenience. It's for whichever way they can use you. So many women are going to lose at this game in so many ways. And they're going to keep failing at this. And the reason why this structure is going to keep failing is because there's a lot of women who are waking up, but there are still so many women who are chasing this dream, and they're going to chase it. Some of them are going to get it, and it's going to most likely ruin their lives in some way or another. Many women won't get it at all. It's going to cut a lot of women's lives short. How many times do we find out women are unalived by the men that they meet on dating apps? How many times that women are unalived by their high school sweethearts, right? You know, it is what it is. Many of them are going to like wake up quickly. When they get dogged out, they're going to wake up very quickly, and they're going to lead an entirely different path. Like the women who figure it out before they unalive, they end up going a totally different direction. AKA the lonely, crazy cat lady, right? Or the old spinster who lives alone in the hill by herself and she doesn't want to be bothered with anybody, or she's a lesbian, or she's all these things. Those women figured it out. It's going to always be those women who end up figuring it out and going the exact opposite, which is the direction you should have been going to begin with. Y'all, you know, men and some women like to laugh at these women who, you know, go to their older age alone and they don't want to get married ever, or they never get married again after their husband dies or whatever. Like, those women figured it out. That it's all a game to these men. And while many women are laughing at them now, these younger women are saying old women are bitter, you're going to be in the same boat sooner or later, if you even live that long. You're going to end up there. And some of y'all are going to realize it, that the cat ladies had this shit figured out this whole time. They live an entirely different life and go an entirely different path because they figured it out. That is what it is. That is where it comes from. And all the other women who want to believe in this fairy tale will keep suffering heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak, disappointment after disappointment, all the way up until the day that they unalive. That's going to be how it works for them 9 times out of 10. You're going to keep finding them. That's why I would say women who are hopeless romantics, they stay getting heartbroken. They go to their graves heartbroken. Disappointment after disappointment. Because they never figured it out. They never figured out that this is a game. And if you're going to deal with men, you should deal with them at your convenience. Not, you know, doing all this stuff that patriarchy taught you to do and doing all these things. And you think all these things and jumping through hoops and you know, swimming through hell and high water is going to get you a good man and all that. You know, it's not going to happen for most women. If you're going to date in a way where you're not giving anything up of yourself. You're not sacrificing a damn thing. Cause for what? Cause why? It makes me think of what's her name? Eartha Kitt talking about, why should I compromise for a man? For what? But when you play by patriarchy's rules, you're gonna get patriarchal results, which is cheated on, dogged out, humiliated, divorced, or put in the early grave. And it just is what it is. That's all I wanted to say about this. I probably am going to do a breakdown video or a live. I'm not really sure which one yet, about the dating coach girl, because I have a lot to say about that. The girl who allegedly paid the $10,000 to Anwar. I have a lot to say about her. Oh my God. But anyways, that's going to conclude this video. Leave your comments below. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next video.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. Fuck these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red and he won't care if you're dead.